This is our MRI vent. I'm gonna do some in-service for it. So in order to have it working, you need to set up a circuit first. So you take a circuit, then you take your bacterial filter, goes there, then circuit, continues. So from this point we need another corrugating tube, which is included in a bag, followed by adapter, then HME, and then your elbow, which is also in your bag, but we're gonna use other elbow which has built-in tidal CO2 line. So basically you don't need this elbow from the bag. We're gonna use other one. But this is the setup for a circuit, for MRI circuit. Okay. Once again, circuit followed by corrugating tube, then adapter, HME, and your elbow, which gonna be with tidal CO2 line, and you connect that to the patient. It's a very good idea to have a bollard when you have a patient for MRI, so make sure you have a bollard in place in order to suction patient when it's needed. Those lines, small one goes to smaller port, bigger to the bigger port. Small, bigger, you can't confuse that. Alright, so in order to have it work, we need to turn it on. Okay. Once you turn it on, we need to set it up. Okay, you have your, so this should be on cycle. That provides only CPAP. This actually gives volume. Alright, you have I time, you have E time, you have flow rate, you have PEEP, and you have effort to trigger the breath. Okay, usually keep this knob on normal side. So in order for a patient to receive set rate, we need to play with IU ratio chart, and this is provided on the back of the vent. Usually we want to keep I time at 1, so, and E time usually at 2, and gives you 20 of respiratory rate. So 1 to 2 gives you 20. In order to increase rate, we want a shorter E time. Okay, so 1 to 2 we have 20. If you shorten the time 1 to E time to 1.5, you're gonna have 24 rate. And if you want a longer, less respiratory rate, you want a longer E time. Let's say 3, 4, the 3 is skipped here. So I'm gonna have only 12 respiratory rate, 1 to 4. So let's see how it works here. So I have 1 for I time and 2 for E time. Okay, so it approximately gives me 20 breaths per minute now. And when you have that tidal CO2 connected to the monitor, you can watch the tidal CO2 and you can play in order to lower that number or increase that number if needed. So if I want to increase respiratory rate, I will decrease E time. So by a little bit you can do 1 to 0.5, but there is availability to do something between that. Okay, so if I decrease E time, I'm gonna increase respiratory rate. If I even more decrease E time, the respiratory rate is gonna go up and up. You can see it. It goes faster now, right? So, in other words, if you want to decrease your end-tidal CO2, you want to decrease your E time. If you want to increase your end-tidal CO2, you should increase E time, which is going to give you less respirations, so less ventilation. Okay? I'm going to set it back to 1 to 2. Another chart on the back is for your tidal volume. Let's say you keep your patient on I time 1, okay? And you want to have tidal volume around 500, so 330. So you want to play with the flow knob. So this is the flow knob, okay? So let's see, we set it at 20 and I time is 1 and flow rate is 20. We're gonna get around 330. So you kind of wanna play with the flow in order to increase or decrease tidal volume. So if you're gonna increase tidal volume, you wanna go up on the flow. Make it 25, 21, 22, 23, and so on. You know, to 30 and 40. The more flow per I time, you're gonna get higher tidal volume. The less flow with the same I time, you're gonna get less tidal volume. So kind of just play and watch your CO2 and tidal CO2 monitor, and you're pretty much set. Another really important thing is your PEEP. So PEEP knob is here, and in order to increase your PEEP, you wanna dial the knob to the left. So currently we have PEEP of 5, you can see on the gauge. If I move this knob to the left, you can see it's going to increase, right? It does not return to the 5. And you hear that sound. By the way, if you hear that sound, the very simple fix, just remove that. No, just kind of take it off. I cannot do it because I have 2 hands busy, but you kind of pull this off, okay, and that sound's gonna go away. So once again, your PEEP knob, if you dial this to the left, you're gonna increase your PEEP. Dial to the right, you're gonna decrease your PEEP, and you watch PEEP on your gauge, okay. Respiratory effort, okay, inspiratory effort. This works a little bit different. So it says increase by dialing to the right. That means if you increase your effort, if you go this way, it's gonna be harder for a patient to trigger the breath, okay? If you go this way, it's decreasing the patient effort, and you can check that if you go really far, it's gonna be auto cycling. So just kind of put the patient on and watch if it's not auto cycling, and when the patient triggers, the breath is given. Also, another thing, you can watch the needle here. If it goes really far on negative numbers from the 0, that means patient is working hard and pulling air in order to trigger a machine to give a breath. So that's really all about it. Very simple. If you have questions, let me know. Hopefully it's understandable for everyone and you'll enjoy this video. Thank you.